Okay, good morning and welcome from a sunny Gateshead. My name is David Howson. I'm the Regional Sales Manager at Zen Internet. Today we're meeting with a long-standing partner, Eclipse Wholesale, to talk about the partnership and also their position as an advantage partner within our partner division. We'll be meeting with the MD, James Drake. We'll also be meeting with their Head of Sales, Matthew Begg. And we'll also be meeting with a partner of Eclipse Wholesale to understand the journey and the experience they've had so far. So without further ado, let's head into the Eclipse Wholesale office. So we're now inside Eclipse Wholesale on the operations floor. I'd like to introduce James Drake, who is the MD of Eclipse Wholesale. Hi, James.
Hi, David.
So you've been a Zen partner now for just over 10 years. So if you rewind back to when you joined, why did you join? Why did you choose Zen? And how are you finding the Zen experience?
Okay, thanks, David. Good question to start the event. I think, thinking back to all those years ago, it was an easy choice really for us. Zen had a great name in the marketplace. They were an independent business, a business that had a lot of the same philosophies as us. They had a great network. They had PC Pro Awards, which I was a big gamer back in those days, not anymore. But I think, what's kind of stayed with us throughout the 10 years we've worked with Zen is the fact that the business has been an ethical business and a reliable presence within our supply chain.
Okay, fantastic. And probably about 3 years ago, we looked at launching, and you were the first partner to take this on, an advantage partner scheme, where we would sort of refer smaller partners over to Eclipse to consume our services. So again, how have you found that over the 3 years we've been running that?
I think it's been great. I think ultimately anybody who's worked in this industry for a long time will understand that the pressures upon the industry, the pressures upon the channel, the resources available. So I think we've filled a hole within Zen's sales predicament, really, in the sense that, more customers wanting more time, wanting to buy more product because there's a great opportunity out there for people. And I think the Advantage Partner has been a real assistance for both us and for Zen in filling that requirement.
Okay, so Zen's sort of pillars within our partner division are obviously Ultrafast Pioneer, as we have a rollout of FTTP services. We've also got Challenger brands and also partner experience. So how does the sort of ethos of Eclipse, where's the synergy between Zen and Eclipse on those sort of three pillars?
Yeah, I think it's completely aligned, if I'm being really honest about it. We thoroughly believe in the pillars that Zen's put out. I mean, customer excellence or customer service excellence is something I think we all need to add within our businesses. We all purchase, we all sell, we all consume products that none of us manufacture. These are products that actually are relying on other people's infrastructure, other people's networks. So I think we need to add that value-added piece in the middle of the relationship, for the customer relationship. I think the full fibre philosophy is actually the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning. Is the thing that we thoroughly believe in. You look at cities like ours here, Newcastle, Gateshead, the conurbation. We've had nothing really in this area for quite a long time, but now to see full fibre coming into this area and allowing people to consume that service, with less faults, with less reliance on changing products, on being future-proofed for bandwidth. I think, that full fibre philosophy is completely aligned between us both. And I think the fact that Zen's a challenger brand as well is something that we like to wrap ourselves around. We want to feel like we're challenging this industry, we're challenging the big players, the players who like to sometimes dumb down our industry a little bit, and actually, what we give to customers is very simple, but the way it's delivered is actually quite complex.
Okay, fantastic. And from an onboarding perspective, obviously you've onboarded a number of partners who we've referred to you, or partners who felt they could get sort of a better service wrap from Eclipse. So what does that process look like from sort of onboarding to become sort of a BAU type partner where they're placing orders via your portal? Because obviously your portal was the first partner portal that was API'd into ours as well.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I think that was something we were really proud of and something we worked really hard to tirelessly to get that launched in time to be the first partner to have those APIs in our portal. And ultimately, it's something we continually develop. We believe the partner portal is there to assist partners, not actually move away. So it's an interesting question about onboarding to BAU. I do find our channel has this niggling, I guess, issue with putting a lot of time into customers at the front end and then expect them just really to get on with it. Where our belief here at Eclipse is that if from onboarding to business as usual to project work throughout that period, we want to give the same amount of input. We want to really be there toe to toe with our partners, actually trying to deliver what they need at any given time, not just front loading the relationship and just saying get on with it.
Okay, fantastic. So James, just to build on that, so when a partner onboards and they become an Eclipse Wholesale partner, what can they expect from support, sales, marketing, product overviews, product releases, etc.?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing to focus on is actually the products themselves, which are key. The industry is going through this huge change of getting rid of the WR network, moving to a full fibre product set. So I think we make sure that partners are informed, aware of what those products are. That leads into marketing. We use Zen's Campaign Centre as part of this to allow our partners to have access to marketing materials that they can utilise internally to use for their own teams, but also for customers. Sometimes there is a little bit of disbelief in our industry about that these products, will BT ever actually switch that network off? It's definitely getting turned off. So, the belief is real, and we need to use those marketing materials. There's support from the service desk as well, which I don't think is a given in a lot of wholesale relationships. We think that's key. It's not just about understanding the products, but it's understanding the process of those products. How are they delivered? What's the timescales? What can go wrong? Because things do go wrong. What do we do when things go wrong? So I think that service support is crucial. I think training, not only training for the partners, but training for our team as well. We're expected to know the answer to every single question, and sometimes that's difficult in such a fluid marketplace. So I think we like to keep our team on their toes. We like to keep them with a certain amount of calendar time in their diary to actually train, and then reflect that to our partners. I think my colleague Matthew, you'll speak to later on, will tell you about how we train partners and how to order our products, which sometimes can be a bit of a sticking point for customers who look at an order process and go, well, actually, yeah, I've got this portal, that's great, but how do I use it? So we'll actually walk somebody through, and I think it's quite interesting. But a lot of negativity has come out of the pandemic, but the one thing we've all got to be grateful of is the use of video calling now. It's quite easy to get a customer on a video or a Teams call and take them through that process within minutes. So that's really enabled us to provide a better support and service wrap for the things we're talking about.
Okay, fantastic. And from a partnering perspective, Zen, we've been in the partner area for probably 15, 20 years now. And we've always had different flavours of partnering. So we've had, resellers, dealers, affiliates. Some partners will want a revenue share, some will want commission. Are you geared up to offer all those types of flavours?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's the bread and butter of this industry. It's how we've all made our incomes. That's how we've all got to where we're at now, I think, is being dealers, resellers. But I think there's another step in between that nowadays, which is a hybrid relationship. And Eclipse has certainly got that commercial flexibility to be able to offer that. I think if we've got customers on our books now who have got both a reseller and a dealer account, which was unheard of maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but not every customer wants to transact in the same way. So you may find that resellers have got customers who don't necessarily want to purchase from them because maybe they're just not big enough or they're too much of a debt risk. So they'll have a dealer account as well, and we're more than happy to facilitate that.
Okay, fantastic. And then finally, around sort of billing, we've had issues in the past where partners are not able to bill themselves.
Yeah.
I know you do bureau billing for some of our existing partners and some quite large partners as well. Again, how does that work, and how can you offer sort of a value add to be a trusted partner?
Well, thanks for highlighting that. Yeah, it's something we're really proud of is our billing capabilities, and we kind of spotted a place in the market where a lot of our competitors were turning their nose at billing and just saying to customers, just get on with it. And then we also see new entrants to the marketplace. IT companies are a particular market sector that are new to telephony and telecoms, who have been using accountancy packages to get their invoices out to customers when, really there's actual billing software out there. So we're proud of what we've developed. We've got a bureau or managed billing offering that we offer to partners. So it allows them to transition between those two models we just talked about. If they were previously a dealer and somebody was billing for them, they can actually now move to resell, and we can create a billing database. I think it's something Matthew's going to touch on later in his piece about the actual product and the managed billing piece. But yeah, it's certainly something we're really proud of and we like talking to customers about.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, James. So I'll now hand over to Matthew Begg, who is the head of sales here at Eclipse Wholesale, just to talk through the offering that you can give to your partners.
Thanks, David. I'll jump straight into our 5 key technologies that we deliver here at Eclipse. So first one is connectivity. It's the main service that we provide within the business. It's our bread and butter, and everything kind of leads off that. The different key products that we have in the stack are Sagia, which is obviously the new product the new product for FTTC. It's taking over that. We still deliver FTTC and ADSL as well, but if Sagia or FTTP are available, we will always push that product, as that's what Zen's goals are and Zen's strategy is. And as I say, we're aligned with Zen in those different services. We also deliver lease lines or Ethernet, whether they are managed, unmanaged, wires only. Same with our other products. We can deliver them managed or unmanaged as well. Next service that we deliver is unified communications and voice. So we have a few different VoIP platforms depending on what we're delivering for our customers. So depending on size, whether it's 1 to 2 users, we have a Sagia voice product for that. Whether it's a little bit more than that, between 2 and let's say 20 or 30, Gamma Horizon is another service that we deliver there. Really solid product, great name in the market, and really, really hits sweet with that kind of customer size. Above that, if you're looking at, in the 50s, hundreds, multiple hundreds of seats, we can work with you and deliver a Wildix solution. This has to be done via dealer, or we can do an 8x8 solution, which is also done via dealer. But if there's a customer that's maybe too big that you can't manage yourself, but you still want to get something out of it, then we can assist there and kind of got something to cover all bases. We also deliver wholesale SIP, so whether that's VoiceFlex or Gamma SIP, the 2 main SIP providers in the UK, we can deliver that as well. So it's quite a big part of our voice and UC platform. Next thing's mobile. So mobile is something that we hadn't always done a huge amount of in Eclipse. In the past few years, it's really taken off and it's really got a lot better. I think that has to do with our platforms that we now have created with mobile. So we can deliver wholesale O2. We can do that in an aggregated pot or individual SIMs, whether that is unlimited data SIMs or an aggregated pot within your client base, where you have, let's say, 50 SIMs, 5 gig across all the SIMs, 50 gig of data, and that can be just a pot of data you can top up, top down, depending on how you're working. So that's been quite a key product that's helped us grow our mobile base, especially with our resellers, and adding value, because it's quite an easy solution to do. And once you've got a customer on mobile, you're delivering a VoIP platform, or you're delivering connectivity, you're kind of giving them the full package. So true wholesale on that as well, 30-day terms, same as our connectivity. So pretty much all of our connectivity, apart from lease lines, which are obviously 3 years naturally, or a 12-month contract, all 30-day terms. So next product in our technology stack is IoT. So IoT is obviously Internet of Things. It is everywhere. It's boomed, and a lot of people have heard of IoT, don't know what it is, or how their customers use it, or how their customers can gain from it. But yeah, basically it's mobile it's mobile in a non-voice product. So being a 4G device, or a 4G SIM, Wi-Fi in a box, that kind of solution. So these data SIMs that we can provide are can be multi-network if that's needed. If you've got someone who has a device that travels around and they need to be able to make sure that no matter where they are, they've got connectivity, you can do that. It can have EE, 3, O2, Voda, all of the big networks all on one SIM. If there's a 4G device, let's say the customer can't get connectivity in time, they need to get connectivity at a site because they're moving in tomorrow or they've had a flood or a fire at their site. If you tell us the day before, not too late in the afternoon the day before, but if you can tell us the day before, we can get connectivity at that site the next day. So we can get it a Wi-Fi in a box kind of solution, whether that's, just one single SIM on the O2 network or the Vodafone network, or whether it's a multi-network SIM to give it a little bit more resilience, or whether it's a dual SIM device with multi-networks across them both, kind of all singing, all dancing, sort of secure and guaranteed uptime solution, unless there's a crazy outage and we all go down, which, that's things like that do happen. And again, 30-day terms on that, trying to keep things as short as possible. Last product, which James touched on, is the managed billing solution that we deliver. So we work and we partner with Union Street for managed billing. So Union Street is by far the biggest market leader for billing platforms in the UK. We are a distributor of them, same as with a lot of our other products in our stack. We can carve it up in a few different ways for billing. So first one is just providing the software itself, similar as you can do to Union Street. Our commercial agreement is very similar to what Union Street is. So we tend to find that a lot of our partners, instead of having lots of different vendors, come to an aggregator like us and buy all services from us just because of out of ease and control. So you can just buy the database itself, which is hosted in Microsoft Azure. You can have your own, which means you can manage your billing yourself. We're just a software provider. Or if you want to use our internal billing team that we have here at Eclipse Wholesale, you can do as well. And we can provide a bureau billing service where we'll actually bill your customers for you, still coming from you in your accounts. It's just us doing that sort of billing service for you, so you don't have to do it internally. You can focus on the things that make you money and not focus on the laborious task of billing customers, which is always a nightmare and always difficult and always painful to go through, especially if you do quite a lot of it. So you can have a multi-vendor approach in that as well. So you can have, you don't have to have all products from us. They can be from other vendors as well. Prefer if it was all from us, but we work with people who, we work with resellers who buy from other places as well. And that's absolutely fine. It's the service, it's a value add service that we deliver here at Eclipse to try and, just make it easier for you guys to sell the products that you know and love. And yeah, that kind of wraps up what this kind of things that we deliver here at Eclipse. We don't try to do a huge amount of services. I've talked a little while there on everything, try to cover it all a little bit, but yeah, we stick to what we know and try to be experts in what we know, so we can help train and make you guys understand and be able to sell as best you can. One of the other services we deliver for our resellers is our portal, so self-service portal. Which, again, try to make it as easy as possible. You don't need to ring us every time to see what your customer connectivity can get in the new office, or if you have an opportunity where someone needs a certain service, you can do all of that yourself, make things quicker, more agile, and more successful. So our portal is mainly used for connectivity. So first thing you do in there is the availability check. You see what's available at that area. Can it get SGIA? Can it get FTTP? Can it get really bad ADSL because it's in the sticks? Do I need to look at an Ethernet option? You can see what Ethernets are available at that site as well. Obviously, after availability, you come to the ordering process. So, you can fill all the details in with our ordering on our ordering page. Technical details, you can choose your own DSL details, username and password, whatever you're liking, on-site contact details. All of the stuff that I'm sure if you've bought connectivity from Zen before, you've done that as well. Obviously, you can track that order once the order's gone live, so you can see if there's been any faults, if it's gone from provisional to committed, and see if there's been any issues with the installation after the fact. all that kind of stuff in the portal. Once it's gone live as well, you can look at maintenance. You can look at diagnostics in there as well. So see what issues the product has. If it's got any faults on the line, you can run line tests. You can see if it's been up for a long time, if it's had any dropouts in the last or brownouts in the last 30 days as well. So really good to help you diagnose your products. Your product that you deliver to your customer. After diagnostics, you have the tickets, so you can raise tickets with our team straight away if there's any issues with that product. And then again, straight off to Zen and from there as well. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to hearing me go through our product stack there. Didn't think we did very much, but as I've just gone through, it seems like quite a lot. But yeah, we try to stick with what we know, and hopefully that we're experts in that product and helps us train you guys and make you guys better to sell to your customers on those services that we deliver. If you want to know anything more about our services that we deliver, please follow up after this, get in touch with us, call me or anyone else in the team. Happy to help you and discuss anything further that we spoke about. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon.
Okay, thank you, Matty. So I'm now going to be speaking with David Bradbury, who is the Director of Managed Services at one of Eclipse Wholesale's partners, Synergy. Hi, David.
Hi, David.
So to sort of summarise, why do you like partnering with Eclipse rather than going to the main providers?
Good question. We've known the guys at Eclipse a number of years, and when we set up managed services practice at Synergy in March 2020, we needed to find a communications partner who was going to align themselves to what we were doing, and that's all around the customer experience, communication, accessibility. So Eclipse very much came into that conversation early doors. I worked on the vendor side, so I knew that world fairly well, intimately, so we just had to feel that was the right fit, and the last 2 years has proven that.
Okay, fantastic. And the obviously Eclipse, invested heavily into our API functionality. So you get all the bells and whistles and the portals. How are you finding that experience from sort of quoting to doing availability checks? All that sort of nice to have, which sometimes you don't get with other providers?
Absolutely, and as for everyone, time is precious. So to get information quickly, easily accessible is vital when you're multitasking. So yeah, it's very good on the fly, whether it's out on the road, at home, or in the office. We can get access to information, pricing, availability really quickly, which is grand.
Okay, so how do you find the day-to-day interaction with the team at Eclipse? From the training side to billing, support, customer services.
Yeah, there's lots of customer touch points. So we get updates regularly on existing orders, work in progress. We get early visibility on survey dates, all the kind of little small things like asbestos register, things that you sometimes overlooked. So that communication is very good, and the guys, James, Matthew, are always available from a escalations point of view, getting information quickly. So yeah, it's a team effort, and it works really well for us. Okay, great. And if you were to summarise in sort of 3 or 4 words why you partner with Eclipse and what they bring to your organisation at Synergy? The fundamental part is trust, but the pricing is very competitive. The portal and the tools are accessible, and the team are very much on the same page as us as far as giving that positive customer experience. Okay, and the final killer question: would you recommend them, to partner with, for connectivity services? Absolutely, and that's the decision that we can say with confidence, which has been built over 2 years. So this is not something we've just dipped our toe into. This is something which has worked well for us, is working well for us, and will work well in the future. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, David. Thank you. Okay, so I will now briefly hand back to James Drake to summarise today's event and to wrap up.
So all that's left for me to say right now is thanks for watching. If you'd like to see in action our portal or any of the products and services we've discussed, then please feel free to call us or contact us via our socials, or simply email us at partner@eclipsewholesale.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Hopefully speak to you again soon.